Hey, how's everybody doing here? It's mid-month, okay? We're right smack dab in the middle of the month here now. I'm going to go through some actionable signals. We've been talking about those the last couple of days. So, with the 15th here, we got 12 days to go, guys. 12 days to go. July has been an inside month, all right, in a lot of ways. All right, so I I showed you some of these when we started at the beginning of the month, and now we're here at the halfway part of the month, and we're gonna see who if anybody's advanced, which there's not many. All right, so let's first starting off with tech. All right, so these were beginning with the opening of the with the inside month, instill inside month. Okay, MAGS on the mags, staying inside on the month. 2-1 inside on the mags. That's from your Magnificent Seven. Nvidia. All right, still stuck inside the month. 2-1. There you go. Nvidia. Amazon. Amazon's starting to move here a little bit. After today was a nice day. A little upper, better day today. Now the question is, can she take another day up? All right, she's got the week up, and her inside month is getting a little cozier. All right, so we'll see if Amazon can finally maybe start getting back up to some prices that we haven't seen in a while, looking up to at least 274. And all right, so still stuck inside the month on Amazon. Google. This is the same exact list that we went through before. All right, Google inside month. Google. All right, Google's still inside month. Has moved around, but it ain't getting out. All right, it ain't getting out. So what we look for is the actionable signals. So we look for hammers that start to form, and shooters that start to show us to the downside. So as we go here, we'll point them out to you as well. All right. So Marvel here, Marvel, MRVL. What do we got here? Well, we got an insider on the month again. Nothing other than just an actual, just inside here, 2-1, and trading down in this area right now at this 203. So continuing to look to break here, looking to break the previous month's lows. All right. So Marvel stuck inside, not moving around too much either there, but they are moving to the downside. Taiwan Semi still inside the month here, hasn't really moved too much. And when you're inside that month, you're gonna get that you're going to get that movement. That's why we don't like inside months, all right? Because it's not without the month telling us where we're going. We're really in a weird spot, okay? So Taiwan Semi still inside. I'll try to pick this up again here a little bit. All right, Meta takes the 2 up, okay? That is one that has taken up on the month here. All right, so Meta better here with the 2-2 up, and that's in that communications group with Netflix and Roblox and Charter Communications and some of our satellite stocks. Well, keep an eye on that group. Meta should be picking that group up a little bit better, but when you look at XLC, it's cooking the inside month. All right, so still stick inside, but Meta went a little rogue on you there. All right, so Meta a little better there. Microsoft. Inside on the month here, inside on the month, not doing anything here. Stuck inside pretty good there too with the 3-1 inside. All right. All right. Nothing just actionable because it's a 1 and it's inside. So not much there. ALAB. ALAB. ALAB is the same way. Got kind of stuck in here and hasn't been able to get out. Trapped inside. And we'll notice on tech, we're all kind of down on these insiders right now. So there's time for these ones to turn around and get back up before this month ends. And that's what the trick is. What we're going to be watching on these ones here as we start to turn for the next 12 days and see if things turn around. All right. And again, it's July. All right. So remember that as well. All right. So ALAB starting to come off there a little bit too. All right. So we'll see that. See if ALAB does anything there. Cisco. In Cisco's a 2 down on the month, 2 down on the month, all right, with the 3 down on the week. Looks like maybe running out a little bit of exhaustion risk to the downside. Here we'll see. Okay, seems like we're kind of holding here in this area, but it has been chopping because it was inside for a while, you know, and then she broke, and that was it. All right, so 2 down, and we'll see what happens with that one. Cisco, that one. So Meta is a 2. Meta is a 2. Okay. Cisco. I'm sorry. Cisco is a 2. Intel stuck inside and down. All right. Intel stuck inside and down. We'll look to see if those ones, if these ones start to make up hammers. Want to be paying attention to that. Okay. Intel. See there. TRMB. Trumbull. That's a 1 stuck inside on the month here with the shooter coming back down. Now that is a shooter coming down. So that is telling us that, yes, sellers are still in control right now. It is green, but we got time frames across the board, and we don't really have anything for continuity right now. All right, because we're kind of green on here. You know, the weak is probably the strong one that's holding in there right now. All right, so TRMB, that's just another one that is stuck inside the month. All right, TDY Teledyne, TDY is a 2. All right, because it made the higher high. It could go down and break and go outside. Okay, there's a possibility there to go outside. So watch if you're trading these. Any of these that you pick out, look at them and then grab 1 or 2. I'm not asking you to look at all these stocks. I want you to find the ones that you think, and then give me some feedback and tell me what you're thinking about it. Okay. So Teledyne, we'll see on that one there. Micron, stuck inside pretty good. 2 down, 2-1, stuck and down. Watch the next 12 days. If all of a sudden things start to move back up, these hammers you'll start to see hammers occurring. And then if those hammers grow up to be full grown hammers, they could go into force. All right. So we'll see what's happening with them though. For right now, we're just kind of watching here and seeing what's going to happen here. Tesla, just another outside day today with the 213, still under pressure, still stuck in the month, and this is why you can see what's going on here. All right, so not much going on with Tesla at all. All right, well, here we are. All right, here we are, stuck inside that month on Teslas. XLK, I don't have a whole lot of them, but I'm going to go through the ones I do have. XLK, another one goes outside today, but you're stuck inside the month, starting to hammer. All right, and this is the leader, right? I think that this one, it underperforms because of Micron and because of SanDisk and because all these other stocks. But right now, XLK might have a little bit more power right now because it's moving up with the whole sector. All right, so watch XLK. XLK could be a leader right now in that sector if it can hold. You know, it's starting to move up, and I see a lot of stocks that are still staying down a little bit. So they actually might follow XLK coming back up here. They were totally ignoring him while Micron was going up, and XLK couldn't keep up with it by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so XLK and then AMD and then I got one more that's a now. But the one thing that I tell you, what thing that we say we had we had two things that were one was up, and we got a real stud going on here right now, guys. Um, I can't stop Apple. Apple's like it won't come in. I got bids in at 311. I'm not gonna get stock at 311. She's gonna pull back and she's gonna have a couple of good days to the downside, I think. But this is really stout right now. All right. So I don't know if I want to be buying it up here right now. I think it will have a couple of days within the next 12 days. It might swing back down for it. Someone's going to take some profits. All right. So Apple really stout right now, and that's what's picking up the Mag 7 because I think the Mag 7 is getting a little bit. Microsoft is really stuck inside there, not doing anything on that thing. All right, and then on your Mag 7 as well. So we look at Amazon, we look at Apple, we look at Tesla, we look at Google. Google, what do we got? Google there. Google inside the month on Google. All right, but it's green and going up. All right, the semiconductors are the big are the not the good ones right now. All right, so we'll see what happens. That's tech. That's all I got. I really only got a couple stocks that are not ones. Okay, we were looking at discretionaries, and I'm only going to go through three right now, and then I'll start going through more as we start to look. So going into discretionaries, here's we are with our XLY stuck inside kind of moving up here with the stocks. All right, so it's slowly lifting up some of these XLYs. Had a good day today up to 117.83 and backed off. All right, back coming back down, and here she is right back to 17 and a quarter now. So keep an eye on this one. I think this group. Will pick it up. It's a question of timing, and when is it going to happen, and probably with the new month, watch these hammers start to go up on these insiders. Okay, that's where we want to be paying attention there. Okay, Deckers is inside. There you go, trapped inside there with Deckers. Macy's has moved up, but it's still stuck inside. It's trying to get back. Fell apart down here, and then kind of made a move back up here. Okay, so you got the swing down. So this is a nice cup. What do we got here? We got the bullish cup handle. So we're looking for this cup that comes down here, and then you should get that knee-jerk move, right? And get the handle, and then we should get the move to the upside. So look for that move. We would be looking for that sharp breakdown and then possibly back up from there. Okay, so I watch Macy's, so I'll keep an eye on that one too to see if anything starts to form. All right, so Macy's, Nike, stuck inside here, but better. I don't know when. All right, but she's still trapped inside, and she's got 12 days. And even if she went to the high, on the month, she still wouldn't be getting anywhere because she'd still be trapped in that 46 area. All right, so Nike, it's gonna pray for Nike, ROST, Ross Stores. There's an insider with a nice 3-1 cooking, looking for that 3-1-2. How about a 3-3-1-2 back up on Ross Stores and getting back to those highs? Not too much room to go here because once you hit all-time highs, we kind of lose our magnitudes in that business. So, and then once we take out all of those, once we start taking all those magnitudes, this is when we run into some real exhaustion risk. Okay, that's where when everything's run out and there's nothing else to go after. That is real exhaustion risk. All right, Ross Stores stuck inside. Okay, Lulu moving around a lot for a month. I'll tell you that. It's been moving around a little bit, but stuck inside. I love where it's coming from on this monthly. This thing should go higher. You know, it's got the same Nike problem. I like the way she looks right now with this 2-1. If it can really start to get it get in the groove again, but you know, we'll see what happens with that. All right, we'll watch the discretionaries. What else we have there? Domino's Pizza, DPZ. DPZ, there you go, inside on the month. All right, you're stuck inside there. How about some pizza? Pizza stuck inside. All right. General Motors and Ford are twos, and they look good. So I like that hammer coming up on General Motors, and I like that. I like that hammer coming up on Ford on the month. All right, that looks good. How about back up to 1778? Boom, right there, 1778. Triangle it out, back up. All right, I like that Ford. Ford looks pretty good. All right, we'll see where the money is going to go. Okay, because they pull the money out of one trade and go to the next one every day now. They're moving everything around so fast. All right, so you're gonna have to be patient with these things these days. All right, RCL, it's a beast and it's stuck inside, and it's been stuck inside. It's coming from it. I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong stock here. RCL. All right, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line with the inside month here. All right, looking to get out. See how the insider is starting to move up. Watch for this thing to continue forming into a hammer. Okay, so we'll see what happens with it. This is where it gets started from the downside when you're inside. All right, so and what I could see today was a 2-2-2 back down. So you had the 2 up, 2 down, and 2 back up again today. So we'll see. I was watching them today. They're kind of moving around a little bit. All right, so RCL is definitely one, and NCLH is in there as well. All right, these ones you got to be caution with, you know, war and all this nonsense, but we already went through it. All right, and they went up. All right, so I wouldn't get too crazy about it, but this thing is starting to hammer up pretty nice as well. And then CCL, I don't know about that one. And that one's having a little bit of a harder time. It is a 2 because it made the lower low. It could go outside potentially if it was to get up to 31.66, but that's in 15 days. We'll see about that one. Again, the money's got to come in to this group. All right. BJ's in there. Not much. All right. BJ's still stuck inside there on the month. DraftKings, that's down there too. Shooter down on DraftKings coming down. How about me, Jenny? I think my Jenny's a 2. No, she's back inside. I like Jenny. Coming back down right now on the shooter. All right, shooter coming down, shooter coming down, shooter coming down on the week as well. All right, so we'll see if that can go into any kind of force. It's got pretty good continuity on the bigger bars right now. All right, had a day down though today with 3 down. You know, so we'll see if that can even go into force tomorrow. Let's see if it doesn't, and you know, it's going to hang around. All right, so Jenny. We'll see about that one. And then I'm going to wrap it up here. XLP. Staples, right? They all kind of crapped out. XLP still coming down. Hasn't completely broke the month, but it really has taken a notch out of it for sure. All right. So 2 down on the week. All right. We're 2 down on the week here, and we're shooter down. We still got green here, but then we got like a smidgen of red around here. So just going to have to be patient with the staples again. This, like I said before, with the staples, I think the payment comes down the road if you want to be in now, but you don't have to be in now. I still think that they will turn around before you know, going into the third quarter possibly. Okay, all right. So XLP, and we got a lot of stuff that's kind of PPC. All right, Pilgrim Pride. Pilgrim Pride actually trying to come back up on the chickens there a little better, but that's an insider. Tyson, Another one with the inside chickens coming back down. Shooter down, reconfirming that you're going lower. That's what you see. This is what we look for. Shooters that come down and say, reconfirming, yes, the sellers are still here. They're alive and well. Look at what happened today. Again, they showed their hand again. All right, so Tyson, still sellers around. So wait on that one. All right, Sam Adams is trying to fight back here a little bit. Sam Adams is stuck inside, shooter down, reconfirming. So that's what we look for here. We got a 2 down, and we had a shooter down today, reconfirming there. Okay, so we'll see if anything happens there. Mondelez with the Oreo cookies, stuck inside with a shooter coming back down. KDP, this is another one, not great. Monster has probably been the best one here. Watch these on these next 12 days. All right, watch these stocks might start to pick back up a little bit. And again, if the markets really start to move to the upside, you know the staples are going to they're going to hold back a little bit. All right, but we got war and lots of other stuff, so we'll see what happens there. Okay. Ulta's down here again. EULTA, Ulta. I mean, Ulta has been kind of sliding all year. All right. Had the 2-2 up. Maybe it's time for Ulta's turn to turn things around. We'll see. You got ones inside right now. Starting to firm up, it looks like a little bit, but not too hard to tell right now. All right, Ulta, that's one that's coming down. Smucker's Jam coming down with the month. Shooter down. Got a 2 that's hanging in there all right. Full-time continuity to the upside for sure. Sellers still in kind of control over here. They're fighting for it today. You can see a little bit, right, with the outsider. They were battling with it today. So we'll see that battle probably goes on. All right, so we don't touch that. Hurl, which is Hormel, kind of crapped out today after a nice move to the upside, and then they took it all back down. And then not the whole thing, still holding up pretty good. And you got hammers that are forming up here on your monthly. All right, got a nice hammer going on there, and you got a 2 up. All right, Hurl. See if Hurl can get anything going there. Clorox, better day today. They went for the bleach today. 2 up. Not too much to get out of there either. Power spot 63 gets you up. Still 3-1 inside on the weekly. All right, so let's see about those. Clorox. Estee Lauder inside. Sorry about that. Estee Lauder. Why won't you give it to me? EL. Simple stuff. Why won't it give it to me here? E. Okay, there we go. All right, Estee Lauder. 2. No, we're inside month still. All right, and then we're not doing anything on the week here. All right, kind of dead in the week here. Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren straight coming down here. So watch this one good, and watch for the volume to start to dry up here as these sellers come down. You might lose control there. Again, we're stuck inside the month anyway. All right, Ralph Lauren. All right, I got a couple more here, and I'll wrap it up. Philip Morris, MO. What's your MO? All right, MO. Coming down, I got a 1-1, so been sitting for a long time inside, consolidating, and right now it's telling us that it wants to go lower. All right, so let's see what starts to happen here. Watch the insiders on these ones. They are telling us something, I'm telling you. All right, so, all right, we'll see on that one. Hershey, stuck inside with the shooter down. staying down. Gave us another shooter down today, reconfirming again today. Buyers tried to get control. Sellers took over control. Still green. And now here you go, trying to hammer right back up again. So that tells me that everything is chopping with the inside month. That's what that's telling us. Okay. Hershey, Archer Daniels, Midland. Nice. Looking for a 3-1er here. All right. 3-1 something. It's holding up here pretty good too right now. Archer Daniels Midland Company. That's an oldie but a goodie. All right. Target. Target. Actionable inside. Creating a hammer. Let's tighten this hammer up and turn it into something real. Okay. See about that. Target. And then we got Walmart. Walmart's a 2. The reason I didn't talk about it because it's 2 because it got the lower low. All right, but it's fighting back, but it keeps stalling out. All right, 2-1-2 on the week here. Come on down. All right, Walmart lowering prices and stuff like this. That's just not good for business. All right, and then there's 2 more here. Post is down for the month. Okay, and Costco is down for the month. And out of all the staples that I have, those are the only 2 that are down on the month. All right, that's it. And the next couple of days, I'm going to go through some more sectors. I'll do them in the evening when you're sleeping, maybe. All right. Have a good night. All right. Have a good night. I'll be chatting you up in the morning. All right. Be good. Be good.